literally being heralded. And there, of course, is the record that we spoke. Career, he, of course, has already become the youngest man to ever win the heavyweight championship. Tony Tucker isn't going to be able to beat Mike Tyson. He may be able to blind him. If you look at that outfit, well, whether he sprints out remains to be seen. He's won 34, not 35. There was that fight with Danny, 12.5-inch reach advantage, 10.5-inch, beg your pardon, reach advantage of Tony Tucker over Mike Tyson.
Event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the unification of the heavyweight championship of the world. Tony TNT Tucker, who weighs 221 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career. Iron Mike Tyson,
as it were. And we'll see what kind of tactic Tucker takes.
I was expecting Mike to try to frustrate Mike Tyson.
But is he strong enough to do that?
Well,
right hand by Tucker. That might have been the best shot that Mike Tyson has ever taken right there.
technically speaking, no one gave Tucker a chance. But there are miracles here. That he was susceptible to take jabs. But I think what Tucker saw and Tyson was the
other. By a punch.
What happened then was the best thing that Tucker could have done.
Another right hand. And another right hand by Tucker. Tucker seems willing to brawl with Mike Tyson early. Well, but it was against James Broad. Against Douglas, he fought a little bit better. And now we'll see what he can do against certainly. Again, a right hand, but he took a right from Tyson. And accolade for Tucker. There's a great left hand at the bell by Tyson.
See the uppercut almost immediately after the bell. He follows a right with a left and like that. We'll show you a picture of him later on.
Mike, don't look for the one punch to the head.
What I like about Tucker is the fact that he's throwing combinations, 4 punches together. And he's following up with left uppercut, left hook.
Led with the left uppercut.
Just has to keep those hands high. That's very important.
Well, you know, Ray, I hearken back to your fight with Marvin Hagler, where after
surviving the first round actually can turn the tables around on a fighter. It gives him the confidence.
There was a good left hand, and that staggered Tony Tucker.
Frustration is what it caused. It creates frustration in the fight.
Agree with those.
I don't disagree at all because Tony's been tying his man up.
There was a good right hand by Tucker again. The 4th round. And in Tyson's corner, they told him to box more. Just get your legs on.
And that's where normally Tyson's able to dominate his opponent because he throws a barrage of punches. Not good.
Interestingly enough, it is Tony Tucker who really is dictating. And that was the one big punch. And another one. Mike Tyson seems to have gained.
When guys are in tremendous shape, it's very tough to see what,
That was a right hand by Tucker, so
he's going to win the mile race, but what his time is. So what we're going to watch from now on is in Tyson's corner said to move your head a little bit more.
Here, Kevin Rooney yelling in the background. Get on him, he said. Wanted Tyson to move his head. That's something, Ray, you pointed
aside and not be so stationary because what's happening as he
back Tyson off. Good body shot by Mike Tyson.
Let him go, Tony. Let him go. Here we go.
That Tony Tucker's movement, it takes away the power of it. It takes off the leverage.
Let him go, Tony. Let him go. Come on, let him go. Let him go. Box with me. Punch.
Right above us by Tyson.
All right, you got 2 hands. Let him go. Let him go.
Tyson getting off quicker with his.
All right, watch that, Mike. Come on, watch the head. Come on. Time. Whoa.
Now it appears these few rounds here are very, very important. It again, or the percentage of punches that are landed.
Well, if in fact ring generalship
Has been the aggressive. Mike has not been able to land the kind of punches we've seen in the past. And the reason for that is because of the way that Tony Tucker is approaching and has approached his fight.
All right. Okay, let him go. One step back, clean. Attaboy. Let him go. Time. Go over here. Time. Watch that head, Mike, okay?
If this fight were looking at him in his corner between those rounds.
Oh, because he's never fought at this pace. But this is when you reach down, bro. They start to drop. You know you have to bring him up because you know somebody can throw a counter right hand or left hook. Tucker's really tying his man up. Those are the antics there. Sometimes work. I mean, he's fighting his fight. He's doing his thing. He doesn't care what people say on the books. Good left hook by Mike Tyson.
Again, the voice you're hearing in the background is the voice of Kevin Rooney. He's a man of confidence.
All right, step back. Let him go, Tony. Let him go. Come on, step back. Let him go. Here we go. All right, let him go, Tony. All right, both of you. Come on, this box a little bit. Tony, quick grab it. Come on, come on.
You know what happened? The crowd somewhat is booing. Some of them are booing. And while they're booing, it's because dramatic victory, unless he does something dramatic here, but it has been a good workman who won the title against Buster Douglas. I felt that he needed more experience to deal with Mike Tyson. They're so-called experts. I'm going to show you, and this is what he did tonight.
And he has. Even if he loses the fight, he's probably made more.
I mean, he's in there with a monster in Mike Tyson.
Who has fought?
Hand speed, height, and reach advantage.
All right, well, step back, Mike. Here we go.
Tony Tucker.
A right hand
Go,
just...
Tony.
Crowd getting a little tired of that. Tucker seems to be fighting the kind of fight that he thinks he's winning. And so is Tucker. Great finish. Still pretty entertaining.
And didn't let him land a lot of big punches. I think for a guy who fought him back.
A fight a couple of days later, somebody he'd run into would say, "Are you still fighting?" I don't think he's going to have to answer that question anymore.